Hey guys, REVan Evan, and we're out here in Indianapolis at the Performance Racing Industry Show, PRI everybody calls it, and I am sitting in a pretty cool car. I'm sitting in Mike Ruth's Fairmont, but it's not just any Fairmont. I'm going to get out and you're going to see what this thing is. Tight squeeze. As you can see, Bob Glidden replica car. We got Mike here. And you run the Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock Association, right?
Yep, correct. Yep.
So, Mike, first tell us about the car. You drive this thing. You built this thing, kind of, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, we bought the car. It was original Pro Stock car back in the '70s. It was built to race in Pro Stock, and then as years went on, it turned into a bracket car. We bought it, put it back as a Nostalgia Pro Stock car. Put a clutch in it, put a Lenco in it. Put a wedge Ford motor in it. So yeah, it's as close to the way Bob ran it as we could make it.
So now, full Bob Glidden paint scheme. Been kind of blessed by the Glidden family, which is really cool.
Yep.
How close, as far as the chassis, is this Don Hardy chassis?
It's a replica of a Hardy chassis. I had Don look at it. Originally I was told that, but Don looked at it and said he didn't think he built it, but it's very similar to what Glidden ran back in the day. The frame rails and all that. It's got a lot of the same stuff that Glidden had in his car, so they copied that car.
Right. So the car itself really is close to what they would have run in the early '80s.
Yeah, they did run it. This car was run in 1980 as a Pro Stock car.
Okay, so it's a legit Pro Stock car. What's the quickest you've been with it? And tell us a little bit about the motor and driveline combo.
It's a wedge motor. It's a 572 cubic inch motor, although this year we've taken it apart. We're going to go a little less cubes, change the crankshaft a little bit. I've been 815 in the car last year. Whoa. So yeah, it definitely gets up in boogies.
What
it's
speed?
A fun deal. About 160.
Oh, that's moving. And you got the Lenco in there?
Yeah, 4-speed Lenco. So it's a clutch activated deal. You got to let the clutch out. You got to pull levers, so it's a lot of fun to drive, It gets you up. I've done 114 is my best 60-foot time, which is, for an old car like this, is pretty good.
What's it weigh?
With me in it, almost 2,700 pounds, so it's not light by any means. It's all chromoly, but it's got square frame rails in it, like they did back in the day.
So now, you don't just go out and make time shots in this thing. You guys actually race. Tell us a little bit about the Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock series that you guys run, or the events that you guys put on.
So we go all over the country. We're actually going to go to Pomona this year, which we can talk about that later, but we're going to go to the Winter Nationals for the 50th anniversary. But we go to the Hot Rod Reunion. We do Super Chevy events. We do the World Series in Cordova, Illinois. That's our home track. We go to Route 66 and do 2 or 3 events there every year. So we stay real busy.
Do you guys have a website that people can check out? Because it's not just Ford Fairmonts.
Oh no, there's the overwhelming majority of the cars are GM cars. We do have a couple Chryslers, but most of them are GM. We have a couple Fords finally. For the longest time, I was the only guy with a Ford, but there's a few more coming on board right now. But and we have most of them are tribute cars. We do have a brand new one in the stable that was the Wayne County Speed Shop 1990 championship car that Darrell Alderman drove. That's a real car.
So if fans want to get taken back in time, if you're an old school nostalgia at this point, Pro Stock fan, what are some of the cars that you'll see?
You'll see several different versions of Grumpy Jenkins's car, everything Vega, Monzas, Camaros, a couple of different Rare Morrison cars, early Camaros and later gen Camaros, Rod Shop Pontiac, the Party Time car for all the southeastern guys. The Jim Roos Party Time car was real popular back then. So we have a series of different cars, Vegas, Monzas, Camaros, Dusters,
And I've seen you guys run, man. Long burnouts, dry hops. These guys run the cars old school, the way that they did back then. If people want to check out your schedule, where can they do that?
We have a Facebook site. That's probably the easiest. It's just Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock Association, paying tribute to the legends. We're on Facebook every single day, and we have a website that just uses the letters like MW, whatever the rest of it is. So you can find it on our website. We don't do as much on that as we do on Facebook, though.
Right. Well, I can't wait to come out this year and see you guys run. I've seen you a couple years ago in Memphis, and the cars are very exciting to watch. They pull the wheels. These guys are dumping the clutch, the engines. Oh my God, they sound fantastic. These guys put on a great show.
So here's what we need to do. We need to get you in this car.
Oh man.
And we need to get you to do the burnout and do a dry hop and let the clutch fly and start yanking levers. So one of these races, you got to come out. We're the same size. You'll fit in that car perfect. I know you know how to drive, so
I am down
that's
like
my
4
deal.
flat tires.
Let's go.
I'm
ready.
In. Count me in.
I'd like to stand on the outside and critique.
There you go. You can crew chief and tell me all the things I do wrong. Hopefully I don't do too many.
Nope.
I'm taking you up on that, Mike.
Definitely.
Thanks
Definitely. Want to
so
see it
much.
happen.
Great to see you guys out here at the PRI show. And it's a little cold out here. It's in the 20s, but when it warms up, I'm going to get behind the wheel of this thing.
Absolutely. 2020 is going to be the year. So.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys.